So Ian, you are almost the longest serving member, independent non-executive member of the public interest body. I wonder if you have observations about how that journey has been for you and how the firm has been evolving.
I think two observations. One, that the firm's learning, and it continues to learn, how to be more transparent and how to look at what it's doing from the eyes of others as well as itself. And in terms of understanding where it is, it's become very explicit about how to look at the ways in which it evaluates the risk, the risk that it's taking on, the risk that it's creating and the environment it lives in. And those are significant changes over time.
Yeah. So last year we had the governance review, and a significant part of that was how we go about managing risk and the structures that we have around risk. We have a new executive risk committee that I chair. That's been an evolution from an earlier process called the Risk Counsel. Obviously that's an executive function, but we've also created the supervisory board risk committee, and you're participating on that.
Yeah, and I think one of the pieces of that is supervisory board always thought about risk, but it did it as part of audit and risk.
Yeah.
And the decision to split audit to one side, keep it as a clear and continuing function, but say no, this extra level of risk governance needs its own recognition, and to invite onto that someone like me who's an independent and B, a member of the public interest body, says we recognise that there are overlapping areas of interest in risk.
I mean, this is obviously all about continuous improvement for us, how we improve the way we go about managing risk. And the 3 lines of defence model, we really think that is going to be, a good way of approaching the management of risk.
No, I'm really impressed with it. I've got to be honest. It's the first time I've seen it so clearly articulated that there are these 3 different layers and levels and ways of looking at understanding and managing risk. So I think it's very powerful as a concept.
One of the other important features of risk management here that has also been evolving is the client committee, and that's the senior committee that looks at the work that we take on from clients, not just at the outset of the work, but as a matter evolves, when the risk profile changes. And I think you've probably seen that committee evolve in your time here.
Certainly our public interest body has. I mean, we review all their minutes, we discuss it routinely. Kevin or you or others come along to the public interest body and talk about what's going on there. It's just a reflection, not that it's new, but that in the public interest, the review of it has risen way up the agenda and is under constant discussion now.
And that brings me back to the point about individual accountability and having a culture where our people in the business, take primary responsibility for the ownership of risk.
Yeah, it's one of the differences between a corporate command and control structure and a partnership structure. And the corporate command and control, you always know what your accountability is, and it's to your boss. In a partnership structure, it's much more diverse because it sort of goes from up here to out there, and helping people to understand that their role carries risk, whatever it is they're doing. Helping people understand that and giving them the tools to explore it is key to a partnership that's in our sort of business.
And our sort of business, is in a challenging external environment. So to me, it's really important that we carry on evolving how we manage risk. It's not a static subject.
I think one of the key lessons for any business to learn is that whatever you do today will probably not work correctly in the future. So everything is always today's mechanism and it can be improved. That's what continuous improvement means. And if you're talking, as we are, about risk, A, the risk world you're in is changing, not just for PwC, for everybody. And B, the way you then deal with that has to change. So you're looking at it both an external lens in and an internal lens out. And that means we've got a good solution for now, but it's for now.